Good morning and welcome to the show. This morning I have Julianne Talkington in the studio, and she is with the Renaissance School Group. And,
Yes.
what's your what do you do with Renaissance School Group?
Well, I'm the director of the organization. We are a group of schools. We do three things.
Now you're a group of private schools?
Private schools. We started here in Panama City, and we now have a school in California. We teach Mandarin Chinese, English, and Spanish. Our kids end up speaking all three languages very well. In addition to that, we match our academics to whatever the top performing systems are internationally. So we monitor all those tests, international tests that go on from year to year, and adjust our curriculum accordingly.
So they are, it sounds like it's a small private school or chain of schools or group of schools.
Yes.
That you manage.
Yes.
And how do you determine the curriculum for these schools?
Well, we have a curriculum development team, and we have experts in the various fields. Like we have a specialist in English language who handles that, and in Chinese, math, and science. We have engineers, we have scientists on staff.
Wow.
And so we look at what's happening both in the corporate world, how things have changed recently with all this new technology, and then we're also looking at just globally what's happening with how important it is to speak multiple languages and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it really is a global economy now. And we're becoming more and more international, I guess, as time goes on. And do you think the public schools are doing an adequate job of preparing our kids? Not that you need to slam them or anything, but what makes you different?
Well, it's just different because technology has changed things so much. I mean, we went through this massive technological revolution. And basically what's happened is everything's changed. And the challenge that you have when you've got a very big organization is it's more difficult to change.
Sure.
So small organizations like ours can do innovative and different things, and then we can try things out, demonstrate that they work, and then we can all benefit from that.
So you don't really suffer from bureaucratic inertia like some of the larger districts may, and you're a smaller and nimbler model, I would imagine.
Right. It allows us to do completely different things. We're not bound by precedent or regulation or that sort of thing. So it allows us to try a lot of different things.
Does the school year at Renaissance School, is it the same as public schools, or do you have summer school, or how does all that work?
It totally depends on the campus. We have a normal 180-day system just like we do here in Bay County. And then you can also, the campuses can do their own summer school programs. So they're doing one on cooking and gardening in Costa Mesa, California this year. So they've actually built a garden, and they're doing some pretty exciting things out there.
You know, it is summertime, and most kids are out of school unless they're doing summer school or some activities. What are your recommendations for keeping kids busy during the summertime?
Well, I think the key is to keep it fun. And we tend to think that all learning is based on worksheets and that sort of thing, but there's so many ways we can learn, and I think the critical thing is focusing on those fun things. You can cook in the kitchen, you can watch how you can take an egg, you can cook it, you can see what happens, you can put a penny in vinegar and watch what happens. We're going to talk a little bit later about doing some creativity activities. Those are always fun.
So hands-on is always a more memorable experience than perhaps just reading it out of a book. Julianne, we have to run off to the local weather right now, but maybe on the other side of this break, you can show me some of the stuff that you're doing in the classroom that keeps kids engaged.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Renaissance woman Julianne Talkington from the Renaissance School, and we've got some props here. We were talking about hands-on learning and the types of things that you do at the Renaissance School. And I see that we have a balloon, a toothpick, an envelope, and a cup of coffee. Forget about the cup of coffee. That's all for me, right?
Well, we can put that in the equation, too.
Okay. You are an engineer by training, is that right?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can take that out of the equation. Now, we've got these three things. What would you challenge students to do with something like this?
Well, we do a lot of work on creativity and innovation. That's one of the things that's so important now in the 21st century. So the kids from kindergarten through grade 12 have a creativity class every year. And this is an example of one of the really fun things that we do in class. So, like you said, we've got an envelope, a toothpick, and a balloon. And so we're going to ask the kids, come up with a way to get the balloon into the envelope.
Well, okay, what do most of the kids do?
Well, we've had people who've tried to put the balloon in the envelope like this.
That would be my first impulse.
And as you can see, that doesn't work really very well. We've also had some people try to undo the top of the balloon, which is a little complicated. Toothpick works. We could try it. Whoa.
It works. Well, how about that? But there were no rules. I mean, basically, so you give somebody a simple equation like that and say, just the logical reasoning skills. Here we go. We got the balloon in the envelope. But now, is it really a balloon, or is it just a piece of rubber at this point?
Well, since it wasn't specified, I guess it all meets the criteria.
It's still a balloon.
Right?
All right, well, awesome. What other types of things do you do out there? And how do they benefit from this?
Well, I think one of the things that's happened in our education system is we've moved toward this standardized testing. And so we've lost the labs, the focus on the science labs, the creativity sorts of activities, the interactive sorts of public speaking sorts of opportunities.
It's funny you bring that up, because I remember when I was a high schooler, I had shop class, I had wood shop, I had printing, we had machine shop, we had auto shop, we had music, we had all kinds of stuff like that.
Right.
We had a debate club, we did public speaking and all that. You don't have a lot of that stuff anymore. Now it's pretty much classroom work because of all the mandates that the state hands down, the federal government hands down. Do you have to comply with those mandates as well?
Well, we're private. It depends on the state. But we have a lot of flexibility. And the flexibility makes it so nice because we can try all these fun things.
Yeah.
And our whole goal is to blend all these things together because we know so much about the brain now and the fact that the motor skills part is important as well as, the book sort of learning. So combining all this together to provide kind of a whole child or a whole learning experience is something we really do.
I think it's really important, not just being able to remember things, but to be able to synthesize information and to come up with creative solutions to problems, like our little balloon thing here.
Right.
Not that, it's not that it's rocket science or anything, but, I mean, it just gets kids thinking another way. I'll never forget 6th grade, the egg drop that I had in Mr. Spinetta's class. It sticks with me now to this day. And I think what you're doing out there is just great. Now, if somebody wanted to learn more about Renaissance School, what could they do?
They could go to the website. It's ourschoolgroup.org. And it talks about, there's a blog on there if you're interested in following education. We track what's going on all over the world. So you can either sign up for our updates, you can find us there. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook.
Okay.
So
we could just Google up Renaissance School.
And it'll pop
and
right up.
And we'll find it.
Yeah.
Julianne Talkington, thank you so much for coming on the show.
And nice to talk to you.
Sorry about your balloon.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back after your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. There are millions of cars on the roads in the United States today, and each one is a source of air pollution. In 1975, with the implementation of the Clean Air Act, essentially what the Clean Air Act did for the automotive industries is made catalytic converters an actual requirement for all vehicles. The job of the catalytic converter is to take the harmful pollutants and change them into harmless emissions, which expel through the exhaust tailpipe. On modern vehicles, there are 2 sensors located on the exhaust system. One before the catalytic converter and one after the catalytic converter. These sensors read the oxygen that are going through the exhaust system and the amount of unburned oxygen that is there. As a result, signals are sent back to the electronic control unit of the vehicle, which will tell the vehicle to run either richer or leaner, to add fuel or subtract fuel, thereby maintaining performance and engine emissions. When the catalytic converter fails, it's not unusual to have the smell of rotten eggs. What this is the actual catalyst inside the catalytic converter is burning up and cracking and falling apart, or is physically melting inside the shell of the catalytic converter. Either way, the catalytic converter needs to be replaced or it's going to clog the vehicle's exhaust system. Replacing the catalytic converter by itself is not the only thing that needs to be done. A failed catalytic converter is a symptom and not the cause of the problem. Either the vehicle is running too rich or the vehicle is running too lean. You have to identify the source and do that repair as well. If not, you'll be replacing the catalytic converter again very soon. I'm David Lovett, and that has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hey folks, this is Joshua Brown with Mad Hatter on 23rd Street. Is your check engine light on? If it is, text MADHAT28, that's MADHAT28, to 24247 and we'll check it for free.
Welcome back to the show. I have Heather Gaither from Metabolic Research Center here to give us some more healthy eating tips and some weight loss tips. Heather, so good to see you again.
You too. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So, summertime, we're eating all kinds of crazy stuff.
We are.
Yeah.
But it's a great time to eat well. There is so much fresh food available this time of year, and it can be pretty, and watermelon is beautiful.
I was about to bring up
now.
watermelon. That was really what I was thinking of.
I mean, you know, there's nothing diet about watermelon. There is no sacrificing when it comes to watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon is amazing.
You know, Karen bought some the other day. I must have ate like 4 pieces of watermelon.
I just saw the neatest thing on Pinterest, as we were talking about in the last segment. They cut watermelon in triangles and put a popsicle stick in the end where the rind is and give it to kids like a popsicle. And
cool.
Somehow, you know, your kid just thinks it's super cool when it's on a popsicle stick. It's the same watermelon, but also they can, you know, carry it around with them, and I thought that was kind of clever. But
you know, even healthy stuff, people always find a way to make it unhealthy.
I know.
I had a friend when I was a kid used to put salt on watermelon.
Right.
I mean, really?
I know. It tastes so good by itself.
Yeah.
I know that people do that to enhance the flavor, but it really doesn't need any enhancing. I mean, watermelon is great.
Of course it is. Maybe they can deep fry it or something.
There you
next.
go.
Who
They'll
knows?
be coating it in chocolate and deep frying it before you know it.
Only a matter of time.
You know what I really love about the watermelons? When you take a watermelon baller, like I wish I would have brought one today, but it's a little tool that has a little baller on the end, and you just scoop out the watermelon.
Like a little ice cream scoop.
Like a little ice cream scoop. And if you scoop out your watermelon, and then you put those watermelon balls, and then other fruit like cantaloupe, that can all be done in balls, and you can fill that up like a basket. It's such a beautiful display, and then you have all this food right inside that watermelon.
I know. You know, I've seen stuff like that too.
Yeah, it's
on
really
Facebook.
fun. Yeah.
I'm not on Pinterest yet, but I'm going to check it out now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I saw a woman. People make these little sculptures
Oh,
out of
yeah.
watermelon.
I know.
They'll cut it in half, and they'll make like a little baby bassinet. They'll have like a little melon head baby in a blanket of watermelon balls.
Yeah.
It's amazing stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. But not just watermelon. You know, right now strawberries are wonderful.
Yeah.
And you can do a little something with the strawberry. You could dip it in a little bit of dark chocolate, you know. We're at Metabolic, we have a double chocolate pudding. It's a protein supplement, actually. But we sometimes will coat the strawberry in a little chocolate, and you freeze it for a little bit, and you've got a frozen chocolate-covered strawberry. Frozen strawberries are perfect for smoothies, too.
Yeah.
Great way to use your fruit when it's about to go bad, especially this time of year. It looks so beautiful. You go to the grocery store, you get way more than you really need. Freeze it in baggies, and then throw it in the, these individual baggies in the freezer. And when you're ready to make a smoothie, you just throw that frozen fruit in, and frozen fruit makes so much better smoothies than fresh fruit does.
And that's funny you should mention it, though, because, you know, you love strawberries, but they don't keep very well. You got to eat them right away.
Oh, you really, really do. And if you get excited and buy a watermelon and strawberries and blueberries, you will not get through them all, you know. Well, I guess it depends on how many kids you have at home. But you won't get through them all most likely before they go bad. And the thing to do with those is just to freeze them. I mean, freezing them is the way to go. And freeze them in individual portions so you can just pull one out and make a smoothie when you're ready.
But it's always good to eat it when it's fresh.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean,
absolutely.
Buy it, consume it, go back and buy some more.
I know we talked about on a previous segment how great fruit is in a salad.
Yeah.
Fruit is fantastic thrown in a salad, and it's also fantastic thrown in prepared salads like chicken salad or tuna salad or egg salad.
I've had salads with like little tangerines in them and stuff.
Yes.
That's awesome stuff.
Apples are great because they're sweet and crispy, so they give some crunch. Oranges are great, you know, so there's all ways that you can throw fruit into either green salads or prepared salads, either one.
Yeah, and summertime is the season for fruits like that.
Yeah,
you know? And there's some I guess you can get year round, but you know, watermelon is like the big summer treat. That I think
and of course,
you know?
I think if you are eating fruit in the season it's intended to be eating, and it tastes better, it tastes brighter, it's more vibrant. You know, you can definitely tell a difference in fruit that's in season and when you're eating it out of season.
Yeah,
So.
and you know, buying a whole watermelon in our house, we never eat the whole thing. You know? So Karen buys it already prepared and cut and all that stuff.
Yes.
You know, I came in from mowing the lawn one day. I ate the whole package by myself.
Right,
Because I
right.
was thirsty.
I know.
And I was hungry.
And
I
watermelon
gobbled
is
that whole
full
thing
of
up.
water. I mean,
Yeah.
watermelon is primarily water. But you know, the other thing you can do with that fruit is make a juice out of it of some sort. So you can pulverize it, or you can throw it in a juicer, or you could just throw it in a smoothie maker or a blender and use that extra to make a juice
So
drink.
you can just get super creative. And there is
Absolutely.
really no wrong way to eat fresh fruit.
There's
in the
really
summertime.
no wrong way to eat fresh fruit. That is so true.
Heather Gaither from Metabolic Research Center, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show and lightening up our day with some fresh fruit. And we'll
Yay.
be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's time for our Live 850 update from Jennifer Vigil. Jennifer, what's your secret? You just look so much younger all of a sudden.
I'm not Jennifer.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Okay. You're Madison.
Yeah, I'm her daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show, Madison.
Thank you.
Well, it's so good to see you. And so you're going to fill Mom's shoes here today and tell us about what's going on this weekend, what's happening around town, and how we can use this app to have some fun. So
Yeah.
what's going on this weekend?
Well, tonight we're having a soccer game for the Panama City Pirates, I think it is, and it's at 7:15 at Arnold High School.
Okay. They got a great stadium there, by the way.
Yep, Arnold High School's great, except for not as good as Mosley, but
Go
we don't have a
Mosley,
stadium.
yeah.
But and for 4th of July, there's going to be fireworks next Friday, and it's going to be at Panama City Marina, Pier Park, Grand Lagoon, and Lynn Haven at Sharon Sheffield Park. And the color run is Friday morning, the 4th of July morning.
That color run's kind of a cool deal.
Yeah, they had it last year, and it was really fun.
Yeah, you know, people actually, how long is that? Do you know, the run? Is it like a
It's a
5K?
5K, yeah.
It's a 5K, and what makes it a color run is like people throw colors on you, I guess.
Yeah, and there's like music and stuff, and like the
Yeah.
party.
I think it's colored powder. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like powder, and you wear white clothes, and everyone gets dirty and fun. And yeah.
Color. I don't know who invented that,
Yeah.
but somebody sat up all night dreaming that one.
Yeah.
So what else is happening over the 4th of July?
There's a lot of concerts every Tuesday in Lynn Haven at 6:30, and there's concerts every day. You just have to look on the app and find out.
So Thursdays, Lynn Haven, free concerts, right?
Yep.
And of course, look on here and find out.
Yep. In downtown PC, there's Bay Breeze on Thursdays.
There's what?
Bay Breeze. It's,
Bay Breeze? What is Bay Breeze all about?
it's concerts and stuff that are free.
Nice. Free is good. I like
Yeah,
free.
free is good. Concerts are good, and free is good too.
Now, your mom told me when she had invented this app for your phone that, you know, she was tired of trying to research what was going on that weekend.
Yeah.
And now we all have this on our phones, and we know if you live in this 850 area code, you can just kind of dial up what's going on while you're on the go.
Yep.
And for us old people who are kind of technically challenged, it's working for me.
Yeah.
You know? Now, you're young, you're hip. Do you use the app?
Probably not as often, but yeah, my mom definitely uses it all the time to figure out where she's going, and she knows everything that's going on anyway, but she still looks at it just to remember everything. So
Yeah. But you don't use it, or you do use it?
I don't use it as often as she does, but I have to work and stuff, so
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You don't have the life of leisure your mom has, right?
yeah.
Jennifer, I hope you're watching this.
Yeah. She probably will be.
She probably has a little more disposable income and a little more time, but you're a
probably
busy
will.
student, right? So,
Yeah, very busy. 2 jobs.
2 jobs?
Yep.
Only 2 jobs?
Only
Why?
2
Oh, you're
for
really
right now.
lazy.
Yeah.
Get a third one. Come on. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Only 2 jobs. Now, are you going to go to any of these things? Are you going to carve out some time, at least 4th of July week, to go do something fun?
I'll probably go to the 5K, the color run, just 'cause
Uh-huh.
that sounds fun. And probably some fireworks on 4th of July because everyone has to go.
How about your friends? Do you think they're going to show up for any of these things?
I'm going to make them go.
Make them go.
Yeah, I can't go by myself.
Of course, it's no fun going by yourself.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of people go along with you, especially with that. Are your friends using the app?
A few of them do have it, and they have the wristbands and everything too, because my mom gives them away to some people, but
Oh, the wristband will get you the discount.
yeah,
too.
little discounts to the stores and everything.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of technically challenged, and someone told me that only old people use Facebook now.
I don't use Facebook.
See?
My mom doesn't even. Well, she uses it for the app, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't use Facebook.
Yeah,
anymore.
only old people use Facebook now. It's
Yeah.
no longer like a cool thing to do.
Yeah,
you know?
Twitter.
Yeah, now
It's Twitter and
everybody's on.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram and Twitter and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Well, this is a great roundup for the weekend and for the 4th of July week. And of course, go to your app, 850. It's free, right?
Free on iPhones and Androids.
Very good. Well, pleasure to meet you. And
All right,
thanks for
thank
sitting
you.
in for Mom. And tell her we said hi.
I will. Thank you.
And that'll do it for this week. We'll see you next time.